Hola amigas y amigos, welcome back to the Green Cards to Greenback Show. I am your host, Nestor Vargas. I'm going to help you find peaceful prosperity by sharing practical money tips and proven mindset hacks. I'm a certified financial planner with over 12 years of experience and a first-gen kid who now makes over 6 figures only working 3 months per year. If you're a Latino or Latina looking to dramatically improve your current situation, well, this is the show for you. In this show, you will hear real-world examples of what other successful people are doing to make more money and live a better life. Let's dive into the show. Hola amigos y amigas, welcome back to another episode of the Green Cards to Greenbacks show. I am your humble host, Nestor Vargas, your Latino money man, and I can't be more excited for you to be here today. Today, we're going to talk about some massive changes you can make in your financial future right now that it will set you apart from your peers and get you closer to financial freedom, baby. That's all what we want, right? See, traditionally, we have been taught that the way to gain financial freedom is to increase our income. So it may sound something like this: go to school, get a good paying job, work harder, get a promotion, get more income, go back to school, get a higher degree to get more income. And if you're hourly, work more hours, especially during the holidays where you get more pay. Does that sound familiar? Because I know it does for me. That's the way I grew up. But I also know that the reason you're listening to this podcast or this show right now is because you want something different for you and your family. Look, I don't know where you are in life right now. Maybe you are sick of having to travel for work because you and your family are having to spend a lot of time apart. Maybe you're stuck in this job that you hate with this boss that you just want to strangle. Or maybe you're sick of trading time for money. See, I just know so many people who live this, unhappy life and primarily driven because of their financial obligations. And, I've been there before, guys. I don't know about you, but I have. So today I'm going to teach you what a net worth statement is, but how important it is to creatively be able to analyze and formulate a path moving forward when you look at this net worth statement, okay? The idea ultimately that I want you to walk away with in the overarching plan is making sure that our income, our passive income is higher than our expenses so we can have a financial freedom. Now, let me be clear. Some of the things that I'm about to tell you are going to go way against the things that you have learned about personal finance. And in fact, it wasn't too long ago where I was still practicing the normal, generate more income, get a better paying job life. But when I made that switch, I was able to gain more time, more freedom to do the things that I want, to spend the time with my family. And that's what I want for you guys. Okay. So look, you don't have to agree with me on everything I say, but I think one thing we all can agree on is that the person with this strategy wins. So whatever you do, whatever you take away from this message today is please formulate a plan. Okay. Also, before we dive into the technical side of the show today, please don't confuse a statement of net worth with a statement of self-worth. If you right now are in a position where you owe more than what you own, I want to let you know that you're worth it and that you can absolutely get out of this. I have, and I felt many other people do it. Okay, so let's get started. What is a net worth? Alrighty, so I did a quick little good old Google search. Here's what it told me. A net worth statement is a financial snapshot that shows your financial wealth at a given point in time and provides useful summary of your financial affairs. So how is this calculated? Your net worth is the difference between your assets, what you owe, minus your debt. So simple subtraction. The problem there is that we have been taught to look at this net worth snapshot, like our net worth in a very impractical way, in a way that only I believe helps corporate America and really sucks the life out of you. So let me kind of get back a little bit and talk about an asset, because we talked about a net worth statement as assets minus liabilities. What is an asset? I think it depends on who you ask and how quickly you're looking to attain financial freedom. You see, most accountants will tell you that your home is an asset, that your car is an asset, and that your camper is an asset. For me, I subscribe to Robert Kiyosaki's definition of an asset, which is something that generates passive income for you right now. So with that definition, is your home an asset? Probably not. I would beg to say that it probably is a liability because it's taking cash flow away from you, right? Taxes, maintenance, all of that good stuff. Look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't own a home. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it is training the mind about what an asset is in a way that allows you to get financial freedom quicker. Okay. So now I know you're probably saying, well, Nestor, like if I sell my home for more than what I owe, I have this cash that I can maybe invest in the future to generate passive income. And you're right. That's completely fine. But most people don't do that until their 60s. And that's just too long for me. Okay? So let's stop talking theory. Let's stop talking theory and really get some practical examples here, some exercises. By the way, you can create your own net worth statement by going to the show notes of this episode, greencards2greenbacks.com, archives in the upper right-hand corner, and you'll find the show notes. In there, I will link an Excel spreadsheet you can download, and I will also give you a link so you can sign up for my financial planning portal complimentary. A lot of amazing things you can do. Whatever option you do, even if it's in the back of a paper napkin, do it. So let's start with assets and let's think creatively about them. Okay. So I talked about we want to make sure we are creative in a way we look at a net worth statement, because simply a net worth statement is the easiest thing you can create, but it's how you use that tool that will dictate your financial freedom. All right, so we're going to start with the top side of the asset, right? I'm going to choose your home. I'm going to choose your home because that's primarily the first thing that's on a net worth, the biggest thing. I call it a thing, not an asset. You decide if it's an asset or not. That's completely up to you. And what I am going to do, guys, again, because I don't know who you are, I don't know how committed you are to your financial freedom. Again, you might be an alien again. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do, but what I'm going to provide to you is some thought-provoking questions that will help you think critically, okay? And at the end of this, I'm also going to give you 2 steps that you can take on to get to that financial freedom number quicker. All right, so back to the home. I want you to ask yourself this question. How can I make this thing generate income for me right now? Some examples can be like, can I rent a room? Can I build an addition in the back of the house where that can be rented? Can I move to a different city, state, country where the cost of living is less, but the quality of life is the same, if not higher? Again, I don't know who you are. I can't tell you what to do. But those are questions that I think will really drive some good conversations with you and your spouse. Please do this together, right? Now, let's move on to the second biggest asset that I see in a net worth statement, typically for my clients, and that is their retirement accounts, like their 401k accounts that they're actively contributing to right now. And I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions here as it pertains to retirement accounts. One question is, will this account provide income for me to stop working at the age I want to? I'm going to unpack that for you. Most retirement accounts, traditional retirement accounts, will not let you take money out of the account until you're 59 and a half without any penalties. And most 401k plans will not let you take money out if you're still working for that company. So let's say you're maxing out your 401k, you have all this money in this account, but you can't access it because you're active with the employer. The only way for you to access that account may be for you to leave that job, okay? So there are a lot of things that need to be thought out there, right? Now, if you're the person who's maxing out your 401k, I commend you. I applaud you. I'm not saying that's the wrong way to look at it. It just depends on your time horizon and how quickly you want to attain financial freedom. And I know this might sound crazy from a financial advisor saying that you may not want to max out your 401k, but again, it all depends. The other thing that we need to think about when we're looking at this 401k accounts is, and actually any type of stock and bond investment, so any type of investment in the regular stock bond market is, am I maximizing the growth in this account? Okay. Here's what I mean by that, guys. We as investors need to stop looking at the temporary decrease in values of our accounts as risk. And we need to shift our mindset and look at that as actual opportunity cost, the price that we must pay to get more income, to get more growth, to retire earlier, to get to financial freedom earlier. That's the price we have to pay. That's called volatility. Because you see, most accounts drop in value temporarily when we go into a recession. And when you are invested in the stock market, remember, you're not invested in this nebulous things. You're invested in companies. And I can tell you that the CEOs, the board of directors aren't going to just sit there around the table and say, well, the price of our company is down, so we're not going to make any more new products or we're not going to innovate. No, that's when they get to work. That's when they look at market share. That's when they work the hardest. When the economy turns around, if you're invested appropriately, you will be rewarded. So let's stop looking at volatility as a risk. And also, let's stop looking at bonds as safe. Yeah, I'm going to repeat that again. The safe investments in your mind may look safe, but what they're doing to you is they're taking away the financial freedom to retire early. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any bonds. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have any cash in your plan, but it's critical that we have a mindset of growth and maximization every dollar that we have. Alrighty, now let's talk about cash. Okay, we talked about net worth statement. We typically start with our home. We start with in our investment accounts, retirement accounts. Then we get to cash. And if you have a good amount of cash, I want you to ask yourself this question. How will I use this cash to generate passive income? Where is this cash best allocated to generate passive income and attain financial freedom quicker? Right? Guys, again, like I said, I wish I could answer this for you. I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish. I don't know how committed you are to this financial freedom thing. There are people that take it to the extremes, and there are people that are more conservative. These questions, I think, will help you quite a lot. Okay, here's the thing that I'll say to business owners as well. We're still on the asset side of things. So things that we own. If you're a business owner, and look, I grew up in a family as a business owner. I am a business owner. I have been a business owner for 5 years. I want you to ask this question. Is this business providing passive income for me? Or does it require for me to work every day to create income? Right? I personally have an amazing business that only requires me to work about 2.5 months out of the year to create a 6-figure income. Now, I'm working more because I love what I do and I want more. I want more income. So I'm still creating that income. But I want you guys to realize that I'm also creating an asset. Every time I create more income in my company, the company is valued more. And is this double whammy effect, right? Where I have an asset that I can sell, get income, get money from, but also I have an asset that's creating a kind of pseudo passive income. I only have to work through 3-4 months, maybe out of the year, if I don't want to grow anymore. So as a business owner, I want you to think that way. And if you're not creating passive income, then ask yourself, how can I create passive income or maximize the passive income from my business? Is it systems? Is it delegation? Obviously, there are many ways to look at it. All right. Now we have talked about the top side of the net worth statement. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the liability side. Okay. I don't know about you, but if you're Latino, Latina, you probably grew up in a house where your parents, if they talked about money, which most of us don't, told you don't have any debt. Maybe you've heard people say that. And I think that is such a simplistic approach that if we are trying to be more sophisticated in the way we handle our finances, that can't be the way we think. The better way to think about is this debt allowing me to buy a thing that is or will generate passive income for me down the road? Right? Is it a property that after you pay the mortgage, the property management, and you save a little money for repairs, is it creating income for you above and beyond that? Is it, a loan back in the days when interest rates were low? Maybe you can still find you still have access to low interest rate money where you can buy stocks that pay dividends and give you income right now that are much higher than what you would have to pay in interest. So is the debt allowing you to create more passive income and yet, get to that financial freedom number quicker? My friends, we have talked about how to look at a net worth statement, how to analyze it in a creative way. We have talked about resources that I'm giving you for you to download to create your own net worth statement. What I want to leave you with is 2 actionable steps, like I said earlier. The first step is, if you don't have a net worth statement, create one right now. It'll take you no more than 30 minutes. Create a net worth statement. I've given you 2 resources where you can do that. Second, once you create that net worth statement, right next to every line item, type in what the yearly income from that asset is, or what the yearly outflow of that asset is. That's going to give you a really good idea of what truly is helping you get to financial freedom or not, where you need attention to, and to be able to create a comprehensive plan, a plan to help you get that financial freedom. Mis amigos y amigas, thank you so much for listening. I hope this is helpful. We'll talk soon. Bueno pues, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I want to go ahead and ask you to please send me any questions you may have or any topics you want me to talk about. Go ahead and send them to Nestor, Nestor, at greencardstogreenbacks.com. I actually read every email you send, so I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to head over to greencardstogreenbacks.com for the show notes for this episode and really links to any resources we may have discussed. Bueno, amigos y amigas, nos vemos pronto. Let's go make those greenbacks.